Hello students, I welcome you all this lecture 4. In this lecture we are going to study about rotor induced EMF, rotor current and power factor. Okay, in last class we have seen about the rotor frequency and slip. Okay, we derived the slip from the rotor frequency. Okay, after that few things. Okay, what will be the rotor EMF, rotor current, rotor reactance, rotor impedance, rotor current, power factor. Okay, power factor of the rotor. So these things we are going to see in this lecture. Yes, let's see one by one. These are the contents as I told you earlier. So now we should know the principle of three-phase induction motor already we have seen in the previous lectures. Okay, so when the rotating magnetic field of stator rotating field, it is rotating, it is it is occupying the place of air gap. In air gap it is rotating, and then it is cutting the rotor conductor, the rotating flux cutting the rotor conductor. Because of that, according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the EMF will be induced. Okay, we know already, if we give the stator supply, rotating magnetic field will cut the flux. So according to Faraday's law, E is equal to d phi by dt. So there is a EMF will be induced. Okay, now we are going to see the induced EMF. Actually, this rotor induced EMF depends upon two things. Rotor EMF depends on two things. One is the rotating flux magnitude, how much flux is there. Okay, that rotating flux. So we can write like this: rotating flux magnitude. And then second thing is speed of flux cutting. Speed of flux cutting the conductor. So these are the two things depending the rotor EMF production. So if the rotor EMF induced, then only the current will flow in the rotor conductor because of its short circuited. Then only in rotor magnetic field will be produced. So the rotor will start to rotate. But the EMF condition before starting, the initial condition, the EMF value will be different, and then after it starts rotate, while the rotor rotating, the EMF value will be different. Okay, in initially the EMF frequency equal to same as supply frequency. That condition we can say standstill condition. Okay, standstill condition. After that, when it is rotating, the frequency will be S into F. We have to multiply with the slip. Okay, it is while rotor rotating. Same like that, initially the EMF, okay, it is rotating, there is no, the slip value will be 1, okay, but when it is start to rotate, the slip value will be, you know the formula, ns minus nr divided by ns. Okay, so at standstill condition we can write the EMF is E to 0, EMF of rotor current at initial, okay, well it is not rotating at standstill condition, that is E to 0. Okay, how the frequency is, you know, we are getting while it is rotating S into F, same like that here also we can write the rotor induced EMF while rotating is equal to S into E to 0. Okay, so now we are going to derive this rotor induced EMF by using the Faraday's law. Okay, so we know that flux cutting per second equal to induced EMF. Average induced EMF. Okay, so by using this is the Faraday's law. Okay, okay, before that we should know some terms. Okay, actually we are giving the supply to the stator V1, and then frequency is F, and then there is a two winding, one is T1, another one is T2. Here T1 is stator winding turns, number of turns, stator turns, and then here the T2 is rotor turns. Okay, and then we need to use some factors also. Okay, while I am, you know, continuing, I will explain that factors and all. So now we are going to see, okay, what is the flux cutting per second. Actually the flux value we can write like this, number of pole into flux, and then it is cutting at a speed of ns divided by 60. Okay, so if you convert the into minute, you can write 60 divided by ns. So 60 divided by ns. Okay, so this is per second. If the ns come up, so we'll get p5 ns divided by 60. Okay, so this is the flux. We will continue in the next slide. So here we know the average EMF, that is P5 ns divided by 60. Okay, now we are going to convert this into RMS value. For finding the RMS value, you need to multiply with the form factor equal to 1.11. Form factor equal to 1.11. Okay, we know that F equal to P ns divided by 120. Okay, so here P is there, ns is there, 60 is there. Okay, 120, for 120 we need we need to multiply 2, so we are going to multiply by 2 by 2. So we will get 2.22 into P phi ns divided by 120, it is equal to 2.22 f. Here the f value P ns divided by 120. So P ns divided by 120 we replace with f and then phi. Okay, this is the RMS value. Actually, this is the RMS value of one turn. Sorry, one conductor. One conductor for 1 second we calculating the this EMF value. Sorry, yeah, EMF value. So we know that RMS equal to 2.22 f 5 volt. Okay. Now for stator we need to find the EMF value. So that stator winding is E1 2.22 f 5. Actually T1 is the stator conductor. Here, sorry, this is the winding turns. So we have a 2 conductor per winding per turn. So what we have to do, we have to multiply with 2 into T1. So we will get 4.44 f 5 T1 volt. Okay. If you add the KP/kd that factors, this is the pitch factor and distribution factor of winding, we will get this equation E1 equal to 4.44 f 5 T1 KP/kd volts. Okay, per phase, voltage per phase. Okay, if you want to find out E2, okay, rotor EMF, what you have to do, you have to change 2 things. One is F, another one is T1. Okay, remaining things are all same. So what we will get, 4.44 FR 5 T2 KP/kd voltage. Okay, per phase. Okay, we know that FR equal to S into F. Okay, so we can write like this, 4.44 SF 5 T2 KP/kd. If you take S outside, you will get S into 4.44 F 5 T2 KP/kd. Here one thing, if suppose E20 in initial condition the frequency will be same, only the change in the T2. Okay, so if you replace this whole term if you replace this whole term by E20, you will get E2 equal to S into E2 0. What we have seen in the previous slide. Okay, so this is the rotor induced EMF. These are the two. This is stator induced EMF, this is rotor induced EMF. Okay, and then here we use the relation S equal to Fr minus Fr by F. Okay, now we are going to see the rotor reactance. We know that rotor reactance X2, okay, that is equal to 2 pi F, frequency is Fr, L to 0. Okay, the inductance will be same. Okay, if suppose we okay, if we apply the Fr value equal to S into F, so we can take outside the S, we will get 2 pi F L to 0. Okay, this is the value of X to 0, so we can write S into X to 0. So what it is happening, if we observe, okay, the rotor reactance initially F, so X20. So if you want the reactance while rotating, you just need to multiply with the slip. Okay, so this is the rotor reactance. Now we will see the rotor impedance. We know the impedance normally Z equal to R square plus X2 square. Okay, here we know that Z2 equal to root of R2 square plus X2 square. As we know, X2 equal to S X20. We can substitute here R2 square plus S into X20 whole square. So this is the rotor impedance. Okay, we know the current. What is the current? In Ohm's law, V is equal to I into Z. If you want to find out the I, you need to do V by Z. So what will be the I value? We will see the I. We will derive the I in the slide. So rotor current I2 equal to E2 divided by Z2. Okay, if you want to find out I2 0, same like that, E2 0 divided by Z2 0. Z2 0 means simply the S term will not be there. Okay, initially E2 0 divided by root of R2 square plus S won't be there, so you will get X20 square. Okay, if you apply here, we know that E2 equal to S dot S into E2 0 divided by Z2 value also we know R2 square plus X into X20 square. Okay, this is the rotor current value. Actually here this is the X. Okay, so we are going to see the power factor. Okay, we know the power factor formula, cos phi equal to r by z. So we know that rotor power factor is cos phi 2 equal to r2 divided by z2. So r2 value, r2 divided by z2 is equal to r2 square under square root of r2 square plus s into x20 whole square. So this is the power factor. So these are the things we see in this lecture. So rotor current, rotor reactance, rotor impedance, and then rotor EMF. Finally, we found the rotor power factor. So these are the summary. The EMF based upon two things. One is rotating flux magnitude, and then speed at which flux cuts conductor, and then x2 equal to x into 20, x20, that is initial reactance. After that, cos y equal to r by z and I2 equal to e2 by z2. Here e2 value will be s into e20 divided by z2 value is under root of r2 square plus s into x20 whole square. So these are the reference books. S.K. Bhattacharya, then Vel Raja. Okay, in this lecture I use maximum the Bhattacharya electrical machines. Okay, so we will conclude. Thank you.